with our oh, we're live. So sorry, let's are we live?
We are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Glitch AMA. Ram is having some technical difficulties, so it's going to be an interesting start. Today's AMA is a bit more of a technical one. Let's get started. So I'm Becca. I am the social media specialist. You'll all have seen me on Twitter and Telegram. Joined by Diego and Wisnu. If you'd both like to introduce yourselves.
Okay, so I think I'm going first. So hello everyone, I'm Wisnu. I'm the design lead here in Glitch. So yeah, nice to meet you all.
Diego. I think Diego may be frozen.
Yes, Diego is frozen.
Apologies for the technical issues. If we can get him back.
Okay, he left.
So while we wait for Aram and Diego to join us, Wisnu, why don't we talk about what we each do as part of the team? Okay, I'll go first. So many of you have seen me on the Twitter and the Telegram. So a lot of my role is creating content and encouraging growth of Glitch. And Wisnu is the graphic lead, and he creates a lot of the awesome graphics that we all see. And let's just see if we can get around. Yeah, so Wisnu, why don't you talk a little more about where you get your inspiration from and the Glitch branding and where where those ideas come from. We've got a very strong image.
Sure. Yeah, I think uh, I I can start with where the inspiration about for the glitch branding come from. I think it's first of all is it's from the name itself. Like I think everyone is already know what is glitch look like or how it's glitch looks like. And here in the glitch protocol we are trying to highlight it even more, like consistently we are including a glitch effect in every design that we create. So by doing that, the user will be familiar with the glitch branding from the effects, styles, colors, and everything. It's become one unit into the brand. And for the design itself, the inspiration is come from everywhere. Like maybe first it's come from my own imaginations, like I'm doing a sketching before I turn it into one complex design. And it's also come from the content brief that I get,
Yes.
because we have to read and understand clearly, like what is the content, what is the main point of the content. And by doing that we can turn it into more beautiful or wonderful design that we can represent
Yeah.
to the community. And I think other than that, it's come from the internet. The reference is it's come from the internet. Like I'm usually looking for from the many social media platforms, so I can get more references, or even in Google or Pinterest and the Ripple as well. So yeah, I think it's come from that, the inspiration. And also we are doing the brainstorming with the internal team, like maybe with Aram and also with you, Rebecca, or
Mhm.
with the technical team if it also about the technical stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's
There's a lot of collaboration that goes into getting those briefs to you. And yeah, I think everyone agreed that you do a really great job. And that, yeah, we have very awesome graphics and branding that hopefully really, cement the imagery of the entire project. So that's great. We have got Diego, and I think maybe in a round back.
Hey, can you guys
So
hear me okay?
I
Hello?
can hear you. Yeah.
hi.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Sorry about that, guys. I've had some huge technical issues this morning. I finally am able to connect to the stream. Really apologize.
Yay.
But I'm here. I'm not able to put my camera on because for some reason it kicks me out. Uh, but I'm here to chat with everyone today at everyone's AMA. So happy to be here. Thanks, Rebecca, for kind of taking over today a little bit.
No problem. Glad you're here.
Cool. Okay, great. So where do we leave off in terms of the AMA?
So we were just discussing the glitch branding with Wisnu, and we were just talking about where the inspiration came from, and how we as a team collaborate to create a lot of the graphics that go with our content. And now Diego's joined as well, so we can maybe turn into some more of those technical questions that everyone had been asking.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's jump right into that. And so perhaps we can go between myself and yourself. We can ask these questions and get through the AMA, and then we'll get into some community questions here. All right. So
Absolutely.
great. So let's go into some technical questions and first talk about how exactly phase 3 is going. So how is phase 3 going? Any plans for the end of the month or for May that you can share with us as we look forward to?
We are progressing as expected. I mean, as planned, and we have like we also and I will give the news in this AMA now. We are engaging, so it's like 90% likely. I mean, we have signed a contract to also engage with more with a very well known. I cannot give the details of the company. A very well known technology partner in the blockchain space, who is going to also increase the capacity of our team and the robustness of our team to deliver the development of the for the phase 3. So during the next week, we will be able to share the name of the partner, who is well known. I mean, it's been around for about 10 years, not 10, 8 7 8 years, and that will really help us to provide more robustness to our development pipeline and life cycle. But we are on track, so everything is good on that front.
Great, amazing, amazing. So the recent announcement that we had posted around the important update just a few days ago mentioned when the kurtosis testing will be shared, but when will the testing actually begin? Because I think there's some unclarity within the community exactly when that'll begin, or some timelines around that. Is there anything that you can share with us? Or anything that you can clear up with us, so that we're all on the same page?
Yes, the kurtosis engagement already started, and we are in the planning phase. So I am assuming that what is not clear is when the actual execution, like the first test case, is going to be out there. So that's my assumption. So first we have a lot of planning. So it's like in this kind of projects, which are automated testing project, we need to invest a lot of upfront time in planning. As I think it was Dwight Eisenhower used to say, failing to plan is planning to fail. So planning, it takes a chunk of time in which you do not see anything. Like when I just want to let the community know why we have not yet shown any, just not even one automated test there. And the reason is that, like, when you are building, when you are the construction of a building, you spend like 30 or 40% of the time doing the basic stuff, the foundation for the building, and then in like 10% of the time you see everything going up and up and up. So long story short, we are planning to start the actual execution of the plan during June.
Great. So clear timeline, right? We have we know exactly what we're doing, and it seems like that we're going along well in terms of the testing. So it's all good news there. All great news. And also I wanted to mention, because I had spoken to the Kurtosis team, once we start ramping up and once we start everything, that will be the dual announcement right there that we'll release on our side and on their side is what we had been talking about, just to reconfirm everything. Okay, so let's move on to the next question here around the mainnet nodes, because we had a lot of questions around this, especially with the recent relocking of the tokens that we have recently done. So going into the next question, how many nodes will the team deploy for mainnet? Has a number from the team wallet's been confirmed yet?
So how many nodes? We are planning to deploy 5 nodes. And with relation to the wallet's confirmation, we don't have that yet. The number, I mean.
Okay, great. And if there's any further questions around these things, guys, go ahead and shoot in the comment section below, or go ahead and also message us on Twitter or Telegram, and we'll be able to include some more questions either after this AMA, we can answer it during this AMA, or we'll address them as a separate announcement in the future. So let's go into this next question here around the testnet nodes. So when will the testnet nodes become confirmed? There are still a few intentions waiting to be confirmed. Is there any more information around this?
Yes, we are planning to, the process, we are still defining a very well curated process to do that at the beginning, because we need to be pretty disciplined in the approach. It's not like we don't want them. So I know how it feels for the community that we have not opened that yet, but we need to be curating that in a very it's a very delicate thing for us to start getting the first outside nodes. So we're planning to start doing that during the last week of May. To start the first outside node, to have it in connect to the network during the last week of May. And please remember, the first blockchain transaction was between Satoshi Nakamoto and Hal Finney. So, it was a very close. It was close in nature. So at the beginning, close is good. That's not the philosophy of every blockchain in the mid-term and long term. But for a long time, Satoshi was not allowing anyone to join the network. Just to be clear, it was like a very curated process on his side. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Thanks for the explanation, Diego. Let's move over to the next question. Just because of time sensitivity, I just wanted to move through these questions. So if there's any follow-up questions, guys, again, please feel free to shoot your questions below. We'll be going through some community questions after these technical questions. So appreciate it, everyone. So let's go into talking about the GRC20 migration now that phase 3 is coming up. Since it is a public mainnet launch, we have some questions over to the migration process between different types of consensus, different types of token standards here. So that being said, will there be a GRC20 migration from other token standards like ERC20 and EP20 in phase 3, or is it going to be in phase 4? Do we need to do anything for this transition? And will exchanges support this migration automatically?
So we're going to do it on phase 4. So we're going to plan to introduce more standards in phase 4. The user won't have to do anything except to go to the bridge to migrate. And then if the exchanges are going to support this, that's something that we need to get for every exchange, we need to check that. So 99% of the exchanges should be working fine, but I don't know, some exchanges do some things that are not pretty transparent or pretty open. But if you are in any of the top, I would say top 10 well-known exchanges with relation to the volume and the quantity of users, then you should be fine, because we are going to certify those. So 99% of our community will be on the safe side with relation to the exchange support. But we will be very clear on which exchanges we support and certify for that. Okay.
Great. Yeah, typically exchanges do support the migration process that I've experienced, at least. So I totally agree. Users won't need to do much. And since we are really just on KuCoin and IndoDAX for these centralized exchanges, I assume both of them may or will support. And so, yeah, cool. Thanks, Diego.
Sure.
So let's go here to the next question. When will the team begin are there plans to begin activating the partnerships and integrations formed over the course of the past year? So, yeah. So I'm going to start with this one. So the answer to this is yes. At some point, we will be activating partnerships and integrations. Now, internal discussions are still being formed when this is going to happen, and of course, as the mainnet is launched into the future, we're going to have to activate these partnerships and integrations in order for this blockchain to work, right? It just makes sense. So we'll keep you guys updated in terms of when these partnerships and integrations will be activated. But this is what I believe. This is the information that we have for now. Unless, Diego, you have anything else to add?
No, nothing else to add.
Okay, cool. Great. If there's any other questions around this, please send us a question and we'll be able to respond. Okay. And going into marketing now, it'll be between myself and Rebecca. I wanted to address some marketing questions. So we can start with Rebecca answering this one first, so we can hear her. How does the marketing team plan to grow the community on social media and attract developers to build on Glitch?
So we've got lots of plans in place for global growth and for growing our dev community. We have shared already in the past. Obviously, we've got plans working with the top accelerator in the space. And in terms of the dev community, obviously the revenue share is quite a key attraction at the heart of Glitch, as well as having access to the Glitch Grants program and all of its perks. And then also, other things like the fact that Glitch supports any language that compiles to WASM. It opens up the doors for, attracting devs from all different walks of life who can use a plethora of dev languages. So there's a lot that we're doing, not only to drive awareness for building on Glitch, but to incentivize devs to do that as well. In terms of the community, obviously, we've always got community growth ongoing, and currently obviously we're focusing more on the organic side of marketing, but we are ramping up those core kind of marketing strategies around phase 3 and 4 as we get towards those kind of tech deliverables. So the main focus right now is continuing to deliver on those phases, and we've got lots of exciting things planned as we approach those stages. Everyone knows one of my favorite things at the minute is the Glitch Guide to Global Expansion, and it's a key part in spreading the word on Glitch. So you guys know I love to remind everyone to do their daily engagement. So yeah, keep doing that. It's really appreciated when you guys do it, and it's everyone doing their part to help us spread the word and continue to grow. There's lots of different types of kind of marketing that are coming out. We've been discussing more about doing more kind of front-facing stuff, so hopefully you'll see more familiar and new faces from the team, more interviews, more involvement with AMAs with the advocates and other partners and things like that coming out in the future, more thought leadership, and we've got some great explainer videos in the work as well. So there's lots of exciting things to come, and this year's going to be a big one in terms of getting the word out there about Glitch more so than ever.
Yeah, great. Wow, you basically covered everything that we're doing now. So yeah, I wanted to just reiterate on the explainer videos. We do have them coming. We have been working with a few people to get them done, and internally as well. And so we're really excited to be able to share those leading into phase 3, and then more explainer videos leading into phase 4, especially with the technicals. We're going to deep dive into that, and it'll be a visual representation regarding the technical. So that's all exciting news. That's coming as well. And I just spoke to the product team yesterday. We'll be updating their roadmap breakdown. And we have a couple new development updates over the last couple of weeks that we've been doing. We'll be sharing that pretty soon as well, so keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, and I'll be posting some breadcrumbs on my own account pretty soon about the types of universities that we'll be engaging with, or that we plan to engage with in the near future here. So a lot of exciting things that will be ramping up as we approach phases 3 and 4, and we'll be able to share a marketing report in the coming weeks as well. So that being said, I wanted to jump into some community questions and see if we can answer as many as we possibly can over the next 10 minutes before we wrap up this AMA. So, and just scrolling through these questions, it seems like a lot of them are pretty technical. So we'll do our best to answer them. And if we are not able to come up with an answer, we'll save it on our side. And we will follow up with all the answers through a separate announcement. Okay, so here, let me scroll through these and let's see if we can answer them. So here, this is the first one here. We have a community question from Cyber Strategy. Will the glitch wallet have integrated real names like whatever.eth that can work on any chain and any wallet, kind of like ENS in a way? Is there any plans around this, Diego? Do you know if there's any plans around this for the wallet?
No, not in the current roadmap, but we are pretty laser focused and sharp. We have a sharp focus on the phases, on the phase 3 and 4 right now. So that's that's everything that we see as the moment. That does not mean, we are working on some ideas for the next phase, for the next roadmap, but I cannot disclose that information yet. But what you have just mentioned is not a priority right now, but it's a good idea. It's a pretty good one, but that's usually useful when we have like a lot of volume which we need to build first. So that's why it's not even in our backlog for the next for the roadmap after phase 4.
Yep. Cool. Great. Does the team plan on integrating Optimism or Arbitrum to help scale the network in the future, or help connect to scale the network in the future?
No, not yet. Scalability is something that we will need to deal when we get there. So, yeah. That could be a good idea, or it could not. But when we get there, we will see what's available at the moment, because in this space, everything changes so rapidly that there is no point in planning for what's going to happen in 6 months from now in that regard, in scalability. So that's why we are, one thing I learned from other blockchain projects is that you cannot plan for more than 6 months tops, because technology changes so fast. There are a lot of fads, a lot of things that seems great and they are not at the end. So we want to be very every technology that we want to deliver should be already working in some other real use cases, not just nice, not just technology for geeks like me and my engineering team, which is my bias is always to try new things, but that's not what we want. What I want to do, support the use cases, the financial use cases of our product.
Yeah. I think some of these questions might be a little bit too early. We have a lot of excitement in the community, but that's okay. It's good to get these answers out anyways, so that everyone's on the same page here. Furman, just relax. Hello, Glitch. Is there any good news plans still in the near future that we can spill apart from the mainnet? So we had just shared a lot of marketing updates. We have some testing updates, and we have some developer updates actually that we're going to be sharing over the next day or two, max. And we'll be updating the roadmap. So keep your eyes peeled for that, please. And go ahead a few minutes back if you'd like to rewatch the part where we talk a lot about our marketing plans. Feel free to do that as well. And if you guys have anything else to add, feel free to jump in at any time. So don't worry about that, okay? Booster Daniel, hi team, any listing plans for exchanges in the near future, question mark? So as a DeFi specific network here, we're very, we obviously prioritize self-listing on AMMs or decentralized exchanges over centralized exchanges. In terms of centralized exchanges, we did talk to one recently. We passed on them because of their ridiculous demands, but we are constantly looking into listing on exchanges when they make sense and around core tech deliverables as well, when we get there at that point. So all in good time, they will come eventually at some point. But the main priority is building Glitch. That is the main core focus. That's where all of our time and energy is going to be focused on. And all of our funding mostly is going to be towards building the network. So again, exchange listings will come at some point, and we will prioritize decentralized exchanges because we are a DeFi, exclusive chain basically for money markets. So it all just makes sense. So we'll be providing. We can share more updates in the near future in regards to this. But the core priority again is building Glitch, not listing on exchanges right now. Okay. Here. Let me scroll through these questions, see if we're missing any here. Diego, for phase 3, will it be a whole new interface or still using current the one testnet substrate interface? So I think this is around the web app and the explanation of the last AMA where we were talking how currently the web app template is the one for is a template one for the Polkadot, so users can connect. But yeah, any other information that we can share regarding this?
No, we are not planning to add new features there for phase 3 or 4. But again, the roadmap for the after phase 4, which is the afterlife of the, not the afterlife, but the after go live phase 4, will contain a lot of exciting new features that currently are on our backlog, and we are working, our product management team is working very lot of effort in defining what could be. So it's something that we need to understand, because we don't want to think too much of new cool things that we think are relevant until we really see use cases. We want to be very analytics driven. So I mean, what is the value? What is the best bang for the buck, as the Americans say? So that's why the process of creating a very good backlog is pretty difficult, and it's pretty complex from that perspective.
Yeah. Plus, I wanted to clear up as well that the web app portal wasn't necessarily needed to launch this. It's something that the team did to make it easier for people to set up nodes. So again, just wanted to clarify that. I think you were saying something else, Diego, unless just making sure. Cool. If not, we'll move on to the next question. Okay?
It's like it sounds like for this kind of so for this kind of questions, 90% of my answers will be no, just because we are focusing on phase 3 and 4, and new features is something that we don't know. We don't have good analytics yet to be able for me to be very confident in deciding what to put in there. So that's the reason why. I just want for the community to understand the reason why I say no, that's not in the plan. But it's the only reason is that I don't have metrics to support a decision. So if I say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, and who says that? I mean, you, me, I mean, I need metrics. I need analytics. That's the best way to make sure that the product delivers value in the market. So there is a good product market fit, which is something that we need to test, and only we'll be able to see it once we deliver phase 4 at the end of phase 4. Just wanted to clarify
that. Yeah. Cool. How's hiring coming along? So I can start with this one in the marketing side of things. So we have been been interviewing some candidates for our positions in both the marketing and tech teams, but that's all I can really say. I don't really want to dive too much into this question because we are currently actively interviewing and hiring for our positions. So if you want to check out all of the career positions that we have available, go to push.finance. Please scroll down to the bottom in the careers page and check us out. Okay, great. Let me see what other questions we have here. How is UAT on testnet going? Is there anything that we can share around the UAT regarding testnet or mainnet?
I know everything is going as planned. We have more than 1,500 test cases. We have bugs here and there. Nothing major, nothing big blocker as of the moment. But we're working hard on finishing those test cases. More than 1,500. That's a lot. So, but anyway, it's going smoothly as of now.
Yeah. Why did all of these new positions open internally? Well, this is a very easy question to answer. It's because we're growing. We're growing out our team. We're expanding. We're ramping up as we approach phase 3, phase 4, and beyond. And we're very excited about our growth internally, our community growth that's about to happen, and all of our metrics across the board are going to be ramped up. So that is why we are hiring internally, because we need the extra bandwidth and the extra support in order to launch phase 3 and phase 4 and beyond and scale the network appropriately. So with that, naturally comes more hires, right? So, yeah. Let me see here. What else? Do you plan on continuing the staking program after the tokens are unlocked after the 120-day campaign in late June? So the answer to this is I'm not sure, to be honest, just because we have the staking on mainnet coming up in the later phase after that. This was just a rewards campaign that we put together just to reward the community, and I do believe that we could think about making another rewards campaign. This is something that we have to speak internally about. We're not exactly sure right now, but we can follow up on the newsletter or the next AMA when we kind of made a decision regarding this. But right now I want to say no, just because at some point the staking on mainnet will go live, and that'll be much more sustainable, obviously, since that will be the reward, the actual reward that you'll be able to claim over time in the future, right? So the tokens will be unlocked on July 8th before mainnet launch. Is there any type of commitment to relock? The answer to that is yes, just because we have been relocking tokens over the last few times once they have been unlocked. So we have to basically come back into meetings, discuss that, and it's all just around financial projections. And that is the reason why we have to do the token locking every few months, as opposed to doing one for the super long term. It's not so cut and dry where we can just lock up a large amount of tokens immediately. We have to have discussions, especially like for phase 3, we had internal discussions around how many glitch is needed for the nodes, right? How much glitch is needed for, et cetera, et cetera. So those discussions were had internally, and then in turn, we can then make a decision to lock up the tokens. And this is because we're so early stage. This is kind of the way that we have to do things. So yeah, in terms of token relocks, we have relocked the tokens. Recently, we did a recent token relock. We had over 10.6 million glitch locked. That is 12% of the entire token supply, and 62% of the tokens that remain to enter circulation. So a major portion of the glitch that we hold have still been relocked, and will remain locked until the unlock period, or until we decide to relock those tokens. Okay, so just wanted to provide some clarity there. Hopefully I was able to answer your question. So we'll answer about a couple more questions, and then we'll have to wrap up. So here, let me see what else we have. Are there any types of screenshots that the team can share regarding the recent developments on glitch? So I can answer this one as well initially. So I had a meeting with the product team as well just last night, and we had been talking about this. The answer to this is yes. We will be sharing some screenshots and updates regarding, block times, block numbers, some developments around the wallet, the Explorer, some teasers and stuff like that. We'll be posting over the next week or so, and including the next newsletter. So that's stuff that I have been talking with the team about. It is something that we will be doing on the marketing side of things, and we'll be getting some additional support from tech to provide those screenshot updates to the community over time. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. And the last here, let's go through maybe one more question here. Will Glitch be attending any community fundraisers? There seems to be a trend for blockchain projects getting funding from the VCs to expand their ecosystem rapidly. So this is a marketing related question. I can answer this. We do plan to attend conferences and fundraisers. We don't plan on hosting them initially this year, just because our core focus is around, building the network, attracting developers on Glitch, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes down to actually attending events and conferences, perhaps we can do that in the near future when we have some more team members, some more bandwidth. But we do plan on attending those conferences. In fact, I can probably see if there's any ones locally in Los Angeles that we could attend in my area. But in terms of the bigger blockchain conferences, we do plan on sponsoring in the future. That comes down to also planning around budgeting and financial projections that we're still in discussions with. So again, Glitch is very early stage, but we are building the network. We're still building the community out, and we have very exciting plans for the near future. So again, yes, we will be attending those fundraising events. Just timelines right now are unclear because everything is still in the planning and building out phase. So we'll provide some more updates regarding marketing related stuff. I want to say though, in terms of timelines, perhaps maybe around phase 4 or after, we would be attending these conferences and stuff. But initially we can do some community AMAs and events that we'll be doing, like right now, how we're doing on YouTube. We can do some events on Discord. We can invite some thought leaders on Twitter Spaces. So lots of things that we can do in the meantime as we build out the network before we start reaching out to different fundraisers or organizations, et cetera, et cetera. So long-winded answer there, but hopefully I was able to provide a lot of clarity regarding those timelines there. Okay. Will Glitch always stay at 88 million total supply? Yes, 88 is the hard cap. No new tokens minted ever. Anything you want to add to this question, Diego, or no?
No,
No,
I mean,
no,
that's a hard cap in the code. So it's a law of nature. So once we have a lot of nodes from the community out there, that will be hard coded there. So they won't be possible, which is what we want. We want certainty for the community to trust, and for all of us to trust something, we need to make sure it's like a law of nature.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, just wanted to wrap up the AMA there. I think we've covered most, or actually, if not all the questions in the comment box. If there's any other questions that we had left unanswered, please go ahead and shoot them over to us through the Twitter DM, through the contact us page, however way you want to contact us, even if your Telegram works. We'll be able to compile those questions, follow up in the chat directly, or answer them on our next AMA and monthly newsletter. So lots of different opportunities that we can use to answer these questions. So again, feel free to let us know what you're thinking. Any feedback that you want to provide to us, we'll be able to take them over to the tech team. We want to get you guys a little bit more involved in the community. So again, thank you very much for joining the Glitch, the April Glitch AMA this month. Appreciate everyone's time coming out here and listening to us speak about project updates. Please follow us as well on Twitter at Glitch Protocol, on Telegram, t.me/Glitch Protocol. And then also we will be launching our Discord pretty soon. So feel free to also keep your eyes out for that. Likely we'll be launching our Discord on the 29th or a little bit after. We'll reconfirm with an announcement. But we do plan on launching Discord pretty soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then again, thank you everyone for coming out. And we'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. A pleasure talking to you. Bye.
Bye.